Hey there, Red Devils fans! We've got some thrilling updates for you. Please subscribe and turn on notification for daily Manchester United news updates. Wembley awaits Manchester United versus Coventry and Man City versus Chelsea. FA Cup semi-final kickoff times moved after police request. The FA Cup semi-final kickoff times have been revealed following a Metropolitan Police intervention. Manchester United's clash with Coventry has been brought forward to 3:30 p.m. on Sunday, April. That's because the Metropolitan Police deemed it to be a high-risk fixture. The FA initially requested a 4 p.m. kickoff, but it was brought forward by 30 minutes after the police expressed public order concerns. Meanwhile, Manchester City's match against Chelsea will start at 5:15 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th. According to the Daily Mail, the decision is expected to be confirmed at a local safety advisory group meeting later on Friday. Historically, governing bodies and broadcasters have been left frustrated by disagreements over kickoff times between the Met and the FA. Later kickoff times tend to attract bigger audiences and, for the likes of ITV and Sky Sports, more advertising revenue. It has therefore become the norm in recent years to schedule important games, such as FA Cup semi-finals, for the evening. Many games involving Man Ut tend to be considered as high risk, which is beginning to frustrate the EFL and FA, sources claim. Meanwhile, Manchester United Wonderkid Shea Lacey is set to sign his first professional contract in a few weeks. Dubbed by fans as the club's next Lionel Messi, the 16-year-old winger is one of the most exciting talents in the Red Devils academy. Lacey signed a scholarship deal at the club, plus agreed to sign a professional contract when he turned 17, and his birthday is now just weeks away. The youngster has drawn comparisons to Phil Foden, but has been limited to 8 appearances this term due to an injury. There had been major interest from United's rivals in England and Europe to sign Lacey before he penned the deal with the Red Devils in August 2023. Lacey's new contract will be announced after he turns 17 on April 14th to recognize his progression through the club's academy. The Merseyside-born teen comes from a family of Liverpool fans, but the youngster is a United supporter and is a massive Messi fan. In the last few years, footage of Lacey playing for United's academy has gone viral on social media. His performance last season against Wolves stunned fans, and his brilliant strike had them referring to him as Man Ut's answer to Lionel Messi. This season, Lacey played 3 times in the U19's UEFA Youth League competition before he got injured in the autumn. He came on for the last 30 minutes against Galatasaray with the game at 0-0 and helped them to a 3-0 win, assisting one for Omari Forson and nearly scoring with a free kick himself. Lacey will become the latest academy star to sign his first professional contract after defender Harry Amas, 17, Bendito Mantato, 16, and Amir Ibrahimov, 15, have all had a chance to train in the senior team, and now Lacey will follow, again and again. Erik ten Hag's future as Man United manager is uncertain, and Sporting Lisbon boss Ruben Amorim has been linked to the job. Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes has said a potential departure for Sporting Lisbon manager Ruben Amorim could depend on whether his release clause is triggered. Although United can still win the FA Cup and qualify for the Champions League again this season, the pressure has mounted on Erik ten Hag, and he faces an uncertain future. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has become a co-owner of the club and gained control of football operations. There is a feeling Ratcliffe might want his own managerial appointment in charge, and that Ten Hag is essentially auditioning to keep his job from now until the end of the season. Amorim is one of the dozen names to have been linked with the United job, and he's said to be attracting interest from other top clubs, like Liverpool and Barcelona. The 39-year-old has never managed outside Portugal, but he led Sporting to their first league title in 19 years in his first full season in charge. Sporting are on course to win Liga Portugal again this term, and Amorim is believed to have a release clause of around $10 million in his contract. Fernandes was asked about the manager of his former club during the international break, and he told Sport TV, "If he really takes the next step, I hope he stays at Sporting, but if he takes the next step, I think the qualities are all there to be able to succeed in English, French, or Spanish football. Obviously, we know that the Premier League is probably the most desired. The qualities to succeed in England are there, and he has everything to take the next step, in my opinion. But it will depend on the clubs, the directors, whether they want to pay the Sporting's release clause or not. There are many components, but I think that the manager Ruben Amorim is prepared for the next leap. Amorim was asked in November whether his release clause could be triggered, to which he replied, "I'm not going to be commenting on that. I will respect the contract. Everything that is there will be fulfilled." He continued, "Regarding the future, I have an idea for the end of the season, but I won't say it now. But the results and the context take us to something different. I don't want to be commenting on these things. I have not been contacted by Manchester United." Meanwhile, Manchester United's 2 summer transfer deadline days will give them a PSR and FFP lifeline. Man United need to balance the books to meet the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, and they will have the chance to do that with 2 deadlines. The story of Nottingham Forest's 2023 summer transfer window is laid bare in the Independent Commission's verdict into their breach of the Premier League's financial rules, which was issued on Monday. It details the interest in Brennan Johnson and the club's attempts to sell him during the window. From a $50 million offer from Atletico Madrid, which was contingent on the La Liga side selling another player, to the $47.5 million move, which eventually took Johnson to Tottenham, it is all in there, including attempts to drum up interest in the forward by offering him to Manchester United. As key figures at Forest pointed out in evidence submitted to the panel, they knew a player trading profit of around $30 million was required by June 30th, 2023, the final day of the financial year, to avoid falling foul of the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, PSR. They also knew academy product Johnson was the only player who could deliver that. Man United will be allowed to lose $105 million across that period, and some of the existing losses can be offset against what the Premier League considers healthy expenditure, such as investment in academies, women's football, and infrastructure. Even with that included, they are going to face some challenges to meet it, which could make this forthcoming window one of 2 deadline days. Clubs are in regular discussions with the Premier League over their exact position, and by the time the transfer window opens earlier in June, United will know where they stand. They will know if they need to make a sale and how much they need to bring in. The issue that Forest discovered is that the market doesn't tend to swing into life until July, and that doing a deal earlier in the window often means selling players for a fee below their optimum value. There is also a greater profit to be had by selling academy graduates who have no book value remaining, so any incoming fee is declared as pure profit in the results. If the situation gets desperate at Old Trafford, then United could be forced to look at an early sale for someone like Scott McTominay. The midfielder was on the market a year ago, but has proved to be a valuable squad member this term. Any offer of $35 million could prove to be incredibly valuable, however, especially if it arrives before the end of June. There will remain challenges for Ineos to confront after that. United continue to post record-breaking revenues that aren't producing profits, and a failure to reach the Champions League next season will have a major impact on the summer transfer budget. But it might be a case of trying to sell a player or 2 before June 30 and focus on the incomings from July onwards, again and again.